Alrighty, so we're back here on some more Warframe. The new Prime Resurgence came out recently. I think it was yesterday now, at least at the time that I'm recording this. I already had Rhino Prime, I already had Ankyros Prime, and I already had the Hekau or Hiko Prime, however you say this. So I just needed Nyx Prime, Bolter Prime, and Skindo Prime. Now I already got Bolter Prime and Skindo Prime. They're currently just in the foundry, ready to claim. But I still need Nyx Prime, and the part that I need specifically is the Neuroptics, which is from the Miso relic. But the problem is, I'm at 0 Aya, so I figured we might as well do some Aya farming. Now I could just completely RNG it even harder by just simply running Miso relics and hoping that someone else has the Nyx Prime Neuroptics, but I don't really want to do that. I want to at least get 5 to 10 Aya. I think should probably be enough. At least I hope it's enough. Now Aya farming is somewhat popular in Warframe. It can be a decent platinum economy, or income I should say, and people often wonder what the best method is. I believe that Deimos bounties actually have the highest drop chance, and they're also pretty fast to do as well. But really, Fortuna bounties, Cetus bounties, Deimos bounties, they're all pretty solid. I kind of just alternate between the three because I like to just kind of change it up every now and then. Like right now, I kind of just want to do Cetus bounties. I think Cetus bounties are pretty chill. Also, when it comes to Deimos, I feel like I kind of get tired of just seeing so much red. Destiny 2 actually has a dungeon in it where it's a lot of red, and it kind of just gets exhausting to look at. But another thing for deciding what bounty you want to do, maybe you need certain parts from it, or a certain material. Like for example, Cetus bounties, maybe you still need the Firax Wraith, or maybe you still need a Revenant part. And then for Fortuna, it can drop some of the invasion material. And then Deimos, maybe you just need a crap ton of Mother tokens, or of course maybe you need standing for whichever syndicate. I do feel like Cetus and Deimos are probably the fastest. Fortuna definitely ain't bad either. Now I do wish that these Narmer bounties had a chance for Aya, because really I could use some of the Narmer isoplast, but it would also be cool if I could get some Aya in the process. But that's not an option, so we'll just go with, hold on, I always like to change this to public because it could potentially speed it up. Now of course you could optimize it for solo play, but I kind of like to just do public. Why not really? Now I believe the highest chance one is the level 40 to 61 actually. It's funny enough, it's not the Steel Path version. You can always look this stuff up on the Warframe wiki. It tells you drop rates for everything. And now for me personally, I like to go with Wisp, but you can definitely, if you're in a group, you can just completely optimize your runs. You can bring a Volt, a Wisp, Nova, whatever other speed frame you need, or whatever other ad clear frame you need. It kind of reminds me of Operation Plague Star, where people would optimize with, I believe, Volt, Wisp, Nova, and Mirage usually, which is definitely not a bad idea. But Wisp is just who I like to run personally. Volt did get nerfed a little bit ago to where he only applies like 150% strength for his speed boost to teammates. I know they reduced it because some players could not really handle the speed. Thing is, there was always actually a method to be able to turn off the speed, but it's not very clear. DE never really made it clear how to turn it off. Apparently you just roll backwards to turn it off, but that's never really made apparent. There are almost like quite a bit of just hidden features in this game that just do not really go talked about. But really, I don't mind Aya farming that much. I think it's kind of chill, and it can be a decent plat source because you can always use the Aya to buy Prime Resurgence relics for the people that need them. I've sold some Aya before in the past. Thing is, I don't really need plat for much right now. If anything I need plat for, it's pretty much just always inventory space. I could use some more arc gun slots, that's what I really need, and companion slots. I'm going to need more of those as well. But I do know that when the Mesa Heirloom pack comes out, I'm just going to buy the $25 version on Steam, and I believe that comes with 1,000 plat, because the Valkyrie Heirloom pack did. I feel like I'm never really one to like super optimize my runs for really anything because I just don't care that much. I don't really want to lock in or focus that hard. I don't need to be sweating in Warframe. I feel like I just enjoy taking it easy, taking it chill. Like that's what I like Warframe for personally. Yeah, I'll optimize to, you know, at least some degree, but I'm not going to find the best method out there. I'll do whatever it takes to increase my chances at something dropping. Not much much beyond that. I don't care to get a 6-minute run down to 5 minutes or something like that. As long as my runs don't take, 20 minutes for something that should take, 7 minutes, that's fine. I feel like personally, I've always just been a little bit more of a patient person. I don't have any problems with things taking some time. I remember for Destiny raids, I was always the type that would just, as long as we get it done within a few hours, it's no worries. If we mess up here and there, that's alright. Because hey, I'll probably make some mistakes, so I understand others will probably make some mistakes, and that's completely fine. It happens. That just reminds me of the LFG post for Destiny raids where people were always like, know what to do, must have this, must have that. Some people could be a bit strict on it. Whenever I did an LFG posting, I was just like, hey, we're new to this, keep that in mind. Whenever I'd make a posting, I just made sure to let people know that we're new, so that hey, if they're coming into this, they know what they're getting into. I could actually probably use this test thumber because I still really need the materials from it. Oh, there's some out. See, there's one already. I know that there was like a farming group for Aya. This is not meant to sound racist, but wasn't it like there's like Chinese people that do it for just platinum? It's like a whole Chinese group that just farms Aya for platinum. That's like their whole thing. And they create like, I don't know, accounts and like third-party stuff. I remember that I heard that Aya farming got somewhat hurt like a couple months ago, and some people were just like really upset about it when it wasn't even that big of a deal. Some people can just be really extreme when it comes to stuff like that. I think it was supposed to be like a stealth nerf, but it was kind of just a nothing burger when you even take a look at it. Some people can just really make a big deal out of the smallest things. Always totally fun to deal with. I feel like the Warframe community is pretty good overall, but it's definitely not perfect. Obviously there's always bad apples for just any sort of community out there. It's funny, I feel like Warframe has an opposite problem though, where sometimes it can just be too helpful, because whenever a new YouTuber or streamer tries out Warframe, I feel like their hand can get held a little bit too much. I did not mean to kill targets. I always hate this bonus capture a target without killing any other enemies, because my companion will just maul some other NPC. Alright, well, only got one out of that, but that's alright. So there's a Cetus one. Now I suppose we'll go to a Deimos one. See how that works actually. But talking about being too useful, or sorry, too helpful. Some YouTubers and streamers, when they're new to Warframe, just a community can just be a little bit too gifting, I would say, to where the new player doesn't even really get to experience or learn that much. Their hand could be held a little bit too much. Now, I do know that some want their hand to be held, and if they ask for help, that's understandable. I feel like some just do not ask for help, and they don't even really want the help, but others just do not care. They just want to gift stuff. Even if you go into your inbox and like get a gift from something, normally you have to unwrap it, but you don't even have to unwrap it for it to actually go into your inventory. It's pretty much just automatically claimed as soon as it's gifted to you. You don't actually have to unwrap it to actually get it, which is pretty weird. But anyway, suppose we'll do a Deimos one now, Necrolis. In terms of what else I've been up to, still a little bit more Far West. I played the new update yesterday. It's pretty good. I actually leveled up a ton from the progression changes. I was like level 23 beforehand, or 24, and then it brought me all the way up to 53, which is quite a change. Alright, so I guess we just do the 4 science one. I believe this one has the highest drop rate for Aya. I could always check the Warframe wiki again for it, but we'll go into this, see how this goes. And then I've also been messing around with some Mesa builds, just trying out some stuff before I actually make the Mesa build video. Let's mess around with the Bright Bonnet build, because I know that was kind of a thing. Not completely sure how I feel about it, because my issue with Bright Bonnet is that you're kind of stationary whenever you want energy, whereas with Nourish, it's pretty much energy on the go. Like as you're getting kills, as energy and health orbs are dropping, you're just getting a ton more energy. Whereas with Bright Bonnet, if you run out, yeah, you can just place down the mushroom, but it does take some time for it to actually fill up your energy. It's definitely best with defense type of missions. So defense, mobile defense, survival. There, it's definitely good for Bright Bonnet. but I feel like Nourish I definitely prefer more for capture, exterminate, that kind of deal. And of course, Bright Bonnet can definitely be good for strength, but I don't really think Bright Bonnet is used on Mesa for its strength. It's a nice little bonus for sure, but I definitely think the energy is the main thing. Because I have a Nourish build on Valkyr and a Bright Bonnet build on Valkyr, and I pretty much just prefer the Nourish one because I still never really struggle for energy with it, and I don't have to like stand still for 10 to 15 seconds just waiting for my energy to refill. It's kind of like using the Zenric Wellspring. Yeah, it's free energy, but it does take some time actually. It's not a super fast thing to do. But regardless, my Mesa build video, it's not going to like show what the best builds out there are or what the meta builds. They're just reliable builds that are fun to try. I think that's why I like to focus on builds that are just more so fun to use and that still do work. Some of them might be basically meta, some of them are a little bit more fun and different. So far I've done a build video for Protea, Wisp, and Saren, and I did those videos because I felt like I had some pretty interesting ideas. Just fun stuff to try. That's why I like to show off and build videos. I don't really care to be one of those optimization YouTubers. That being said, I definitely do get caught in testing quite a bit. I don't know, me and my friend will sometimes be up at like 5 or 6 a.m. just messing around with different builds, seeing how stuff interacts. There's just a lot to try out in this game. Endo, yay, totally what I need. I remember when I was trying to farm Aya a lot for plat. It was not that fun, I gotta say. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it's kind of whatever. I just don't really enjoy farming just for plat. I'd rather get plat somewhat naturally, to say. What I mean by that is just somehow get plat through doing other things, like how, for example, I have a bunch of prime parts. I could just use that for plat. I don't really ever want to like focus on getting plat. I'd rather it be kind of passive. I'm just not really at the rank where I want to focus on plat. I want to just focus on the LR grind still, and I don't really need plat for that. I do have to admit that it helps I have a rich plat friend that has gifted me more than I ever deserved, that is for sure. I should place down my motes again. It is funny though how you feel when you actually have a ton of plat. I felt so rich when I had that 1,000 plat from buying the Valkyr heirloom pack. Like 1,000 plat, I never held that much before in my life. I could just buy anything that I wanted actually. It was a different feeling. Being able to see something and be like, hey, I can actually afford that if I want to. Instead of, oh, guess I'm never getting that. Can't imagine having 10,000 plat. I feel like if I wanted to do plat farming, I'd probably do Orkin vaults or maybe some Aya. That's my idea at least. Maybe some prime ducats or whatever, prime junk. Or just simply looking through trade chat, seeing if I have any full sets that I don't need and selling whatever is needed. Oh, not getting any Aya from this bounty so far. That's how our RNG can be sometimes. I've been trying to get the Queller so far, which is from the Railjack not exterminate missions, but it's like you gotta exterminate a boss. It's on Skirmish. I've been farming Flexa and Veil Proxima. Not getting that Queller so far. Gotta say, Skirmish solo kinda stinks. You're just constantly having to be Railjack crew, then away crew, just constantly going in and out of Railjack and then back into Arcwing or whatever. Wonder if it might just be better to do it on public. The Queller doesn't have a terrible drop chance. It's like 7.5% roughly, and it's only one part that you need, I believe. Then after that, I still gotta get Nautilus, which is also from Railjack. I don't think that should be as bad. It's just points of interest. I'm mostly just waiting for a resource booster right now to do most of the farming that I kind of need to do. Gotta do some mining. That's a lot of it, really. Kick guns and Zolls, they take quite a bit of mining sources. Also gotta do some Duviri. Probably just do Isle Weaver for the Pathos clamps I need for the weapons in Duviri. And gotta farm Kavat gene codes as well. That's, yeah, I only have 10 so far in my whole lifetime of playing Warframe. That's how much I have. Never focused on them before. And then I also gotta get Kavat power cores. Or not Kavat power cores, but whatever power cores. Those take Argon crystals. Whoop-de-doo. Argon crystals are not even bad to get if you just use someone like Zaku. Just blow up the entire map. It's really easy actually. But it's not fun how Argon crystals decay. I really just can't wait for the next Warframe update. New stuff to mess around with. I'm curious what the 4 arcanes are going to be. Yay, more Aya. Alright, well we got 2 Aya that time. That's not terrible. But alright, I think we'll pretty much call that there for now. Aya is pretty simple to get. Just do bounties. Really just do whatever bounties you need. I know Fortuna can drop invasion materials, which if you're trying to do the mastery rank grind, you might want to do those invasion material grinding. It's a lot easier from Fortuna than just trying to simply do invasions. But Deimos is probably your fastest method. I know it can be a little bit mission specific. Some missions are just faster than others. Really, you want objectives that are not timed. So missions that you can actually personally speed up. I tend to think that just do what you actually enjoy. Don't try to just like force yourself to farm something you're not really enjoying the farm for. I don't really care to optimize my runs for Aya because that's just not what I enjoy. I like taking it just easy and chill, and I can still be pretty efficient while just taking it easy and chill. There's no need to stress myself out trying to lock in, sweat it out. No need to try to optimize a 6-minute run into a 5-minute run. But anyway, that's it for now, so not sure what I'll do next. Maybe another Far Far West video? We'll see. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on whatever I do next.